The second part of the movie, Shazam, begins in a museum where someone is talking about a mythical staff that is split into two pieces. Two women dressed in Roman attire enter, remove the glass encasing the staff, and reveal themselves. Each of them grabs a piece of the staff, and immediately they gain Shazam's powers. Security intervenes to stop them, but one of the women casts a spell on a guard, whispering in his ear to spread chaos. The guard is controlled and attacks someone in the museum, repeating the command to spread chaos. All the innocent people in the museum are then controlled, and any security personnel approaching the two women face their fate. Before leaving, the women turn everyone in the museum into statues. We will refer to these two women as queens, named Hespera and Calypso. Hespera expresses concern about not being able to confront Earth's heroes, especially since the staff is broken. Calypso dismisses her worries, claiming they are mere mortals while they are queens. Hespera warns her not to underestimate the wizard's judgment, as he likely chose Earth's strongest heroes. The scene shifts to Shazam, who is at a therapist's office. Shazam feels unworthy of his powers because the other heroes use their abilities better than he does. They are also stronger and faster. He recounts his struggles since childhood, meeting a wizard who gave him and his siblings extraordinary powers. However, the therapist turns out to be a pediatrician, so Shazam leaves. Next, Shazam's siblings transform into superheroes by saying Shazam and respond to a major incident on a collapsing bridge. They save the innocent people and stabilize the situation. A reporter thanks them for saving lives without any casualties. Later, the siblings return home as regular kids, keeping their superhero identities a secret from their parents. They gather in their secret hideout, where Shazam shows them a video of their rescue mission and praises their efforts but points out their mistakes to avoid repeating them. Each sibling leaves the meeting before Shazam can finish, frustrating him. Mary stays behind to comfort him, explaining that everyone has their own life to live. Meanwhile, Hespera and Calypso visit the wizard they have imprisoned, the same one who gave Billy the power of Shazam. They demand that he restore the mythical staff to its full power. Initially, he refuses, but Calypso enchants him as before, compelling him to hold the staff and say Shazam. The wizard complies, restoring the staff. They take it, but the wizard manages to break off a small, powerful piece of wood from it. The scene shifts to young Freddy at school, bumping into a girl he likes named Anne. Bullies approach, trying to get to know her, but Freddy intervenes. The bullies beat him up in front of Anne, which impresses her. She calls him a hero. Meanwhile, the wizard uses the broken piece of the staff to send a message to Shazam. Shazam, who had been dreaming about Wonder Woman, wakes up to find the wizard's face instead of hers, warning him about the daughters of Atlas who plan to destroy the world. Shazam wakes up, realizing it was a dream, and gathers his siblings for an important meeting. Freddy, however, refuses to join, wanting to spend time with Anne. Shazam recounts his dream and believes it was a message from the wizard, whom he thought was dead but now suspects is alive. He explains the seriousness of the situation and the need to investigate the daughters of Atlas. They head to their secret passage, where a magical pen named Steve answers any question. Shazam asks Steve about the daughters of Atlas, and the pen reveals that their father, Atlas, created the mythical staff from the Tree of Life in their world. The staff was used to empower some kings, but human sorcerers stole it, drained their world of its power, and destroyed the Tree of Life, leaving their world in ruins. The staff contains Shazam's powers, which were divided among Billy and his siblings. These powers represent the wisdom of Solomon, the courage of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the bravery of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury, the initials forming the word Shazam. Shazam feels he lacks wisdom because he is still a child. Steve also reveals that the daughters of Atlas want to restore their world. The scene shifts to Freddy, who, in an attempt to impress Anne, claims to know the superheroes and can call one of them. When Anne doubts him, Freddy pretends to make a call, and his superhero alter ego appears. Anne is amazed, and Freddy's alter ego praises young Freddy to impress her. Meanwhile, Shazam and his siblings see the news about the museum incident and realize that the staff was stolen. Shazam recalls breaking the staff in the previous movie and leaving it behind. Mary explains that breaking the staff opened the realms, allowing the daughters of Atlas to find them. Shazam notes that they at least know what the two daughters look like, but Eugene interrupts, revealing that there are 3 daughters, not 2, the third being named Anthea. Shazam realizes that Anthea is the same Anne Freddy is trying to befriend. The scene shifts back to Freddy, who is still praising young Freddy in front of Anne. Suddenly, the daughters of Atlas appear and attack him. They strike him with the staff, forcing him back into his regular form and exposing him in front of Anne. When Freddy tries to say Shazam, nothing happens. Realizing he has no other option, Freddy tries to escape, but Anne reveals herself as Anthea, their third sister. She uses her powers to stop him and apologizes, saying she didn't mean to hurt him. The sisters demand to know where his siblings are, but before they can extract the information, the rest of Shazam's siblings arrive. Calypso prepares to take all their powers at once, but Anesia stops her and says, "We're here for the seed of life, and we'll find out what it is later." After that, the daughters of Atlas take Freddy hostage, create a massive barrier in the state to prevent Shazam from reaching them, and imprison Freddy in the same cell as the wizard. Shazam gathers his siblings to figure out what to do. He suggests arranging a meeting or sending a message to reach a solution, and his siblings agree to the idea. Steve the Pen explains explains how they can communicate with the Daughters of Atlas. Shazam writes a letter which reaches Hespera, stating that violence won't solve anything and proposing an exchange. Their powers in return for Freddy. The Daughters of Atlas consider the offer and temporarily throw Freddy and the wizard into a pit while they decide. Anisha, however, shows concern for Freddy. In the pit, a dragon appears and almost kills them, but the terrain shifts, revealing that Anisha is behind it. She helps Freddy escape, showing her kind-hearted nature. Later, Shazam meets Hespera, who compares their situation to thieves stealing someone's life. She accuses Shazam of being naive about the gravity of their world's magic being stolen. Shazam offers to give up their powers and remove the barrier in return for Freddy's safety. Hespera dismisses him as inexperienced, but Shazam counters with his belief in family, calling on his siblings. Hespera reminds him she also has family, and Calypso strikes Bidro down with her staff, turning him into a child. Hespera throws him away, but Eugene retaliates, forcing Calypso to retreat. The heroes try to fight Hespera, but she's too powerful. Shazam engages her underground, and Mary and Darla join the battle. Hespera captures Darla and Mary, hitting Shazam. However, Shazam uses his speed to gain the upper hand, defeats Hespera, and takes her to his hideout, demanding Freddy and the staff in exchange for her freedom. They leave her there, but it turns out Hespera wanted to be captured to steal the Seed of Life. She escapes through a portal to her world, leaving the team clueless about her exit path. Freddy and the wizard spot her with the seed, and the wizard explains it came from the Tree of Life. The Daughters of Atlas plan to use the seed to restore their world, but Calypso suggests planting it in the human world as revenge. Anisha objects, believing the seed symbolizes peace, not destruction. Freddy overhears, steals the seed, but accidentally alerts them. Hespera raises her staff against Freddy, but Shazam intervenes, stealing it. He tries to throw it to Freddy, but Calypso catches it. Freddy quickly touches the staff, regaining his powers. The trio escapes, but Calypso summons a dragon to chase them to Earth. The team warns their foster parents about their identities and urges them to flee. The dragon destroys their home, and Calypso attacks, reverting Eugene, Darla, and Freddy to their normal forms. Mary tries to escape with the seed, but is caught by Calypso, who plants it, creating a massive tree of life that spawns terrifying monsters across the city. Anisha joins the team, opposing Calypso's plan, and pledges to help them. Shazam doubts himself, but the wizard reassures him that his heart makes him the right person for the job. Inspired, Shazam flies to confront Calypso. Hespera opposes Calypso's decisions, leading Calypso to kill her with the dragon. Anisha uses her powers to escape, but loses her abilities, becoming an ordinary girl. Shazam struggles against the dragon, with Shazam realizing the staff drains his power. Meanwhile, Darla learns from Steve that the monsters fear unicorns. She finds one, tames it with candy, and leads an army of unicorns to defeat the monsters. The team rides the unicorns, fighting back. Shazam discovers Hespera is still alive and works with her on a plan to defeat Calypso. Finally, Shazam outsmarts Calypso. He steals the staff from her and flies, taking it to the tree to fight her there. Hespera narrows the barrier around them, leaving only the groaning and the tree within its range. None of them can leave the barrier except by Hespera's command. Shazam and Calypso clash with the dragon. Shazam endures the dragon's fire and uses the staff to absorb its power. He attacks the dragon with the staff and shouts, "Shazam!" A massive explosion occurs, resulting in the death of Shazam and Calypso. Afterward, Hespera also dies. The barrier disappears, and the tree along with the monsters vanish. Freddy searches for Shazam, unable to believe that Shazam is truly gone. This was Shazam's plan from the beginning, to sacrifice himself so that the others could live. Later, they bury Shazam's body, and grief overtakes the family. The wizard says there's only one solution to bring Shazam back. A king must give him some of their power. Unfortunately, there are no living kings left. At that moment, Wonder Woman appears and says, "No, I'm still here." She takes the staff and restores the magical powers, bringing Shazam back to life. Everyone embraces Shazam, who expresses his love for them all. He then goes to greet Wonder Woman, as she is his crush. Afterwards, Shazam returns the powers of Shazam to each of his siblings. Then, two individuals, Harcourt and Economos from Amanda Waller's team, arrive and invite Shazam to join the Justice Society. Shazam agrees without hesitation. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification button so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.